Hi guys, so I'm back and this video is going to be all about relationships, breakups, and cuffing season in general, because cuffing season is upon us. It is cold outside now, so everybody's looking for their little cuddle buddy to keep them warm. So if you want to hear my thoughts all about cuffing season, then keep watching this video. Okay, I'm going to start off by talking about relationships, and then I'm going to go into the breakups and then the aftermath. But to be if I look down, then I have like my notes and everything here to keep me on track. But when cuffing season is here, when you want to maybe start a new relationship or something, you have to remember your worth, because I know sometimes we can forget our worth. We get too caught up in, oh my gosh, I want to make them happy. Right now nobody else is trying to talk to me, nobody else is trying to get at me, so you know what, I'm gonna just stay over here with this one, when that one may not be the best choice for you. You have to remember your worth, and if that person isn't where they need to be, then you gotta go ahead and let them go. Yes, that may be hard, because sometimes it does get lonely sometimes, especially if you've been single for some years, but that's also a great time to find yourself. You never want to settle, and you never want to rush relationships, or when you're starting to get into a relationship, because it's, I don't know, just from my experience, when I used to rush relationships and try to be like, okay, you like me, I like you too, okay, I'm your girl. Like, you don't want to do that. And I feel like once you get older, you start to realize that you want to start to get to know the person, and not just like about their favorite color, what they like to eat, like get to know them and who they are, because that relationships are a test to see if you can possibly be married to somebody. If you just want to date to date, then you go ahead and do you go ahead and date to date. But for me, I like to date to marriage. So if I'm dating you, I mean, I can't really say if I'm dating you because I have a boyfriend now, but how I was is I'm screening you to see if you would be a good husband for me. And I feel like that's how it should be in general. You never want to rush or settle, just because if you are, then you may end up in a situation to where, did y'all hear that? That was weird. My whole like window just shifted just now. That was okay. Lord, But don't rush. You never want to settle, because you don't want yourself to get in a bad situation in the long run. It should always be easy, especially when you're first getting into a relationship, because relationships should be fun, especially if you're starting off or when you first getting into it. It's the honeymoon stage, and the honeymoon stage should never be hard. Of course, you're gonna have some problems every once in a while. Every relationship does. But if you're constantly struggling, that's a problem. That's the easiest. The honeymoon stage should be the easiest part. That's the part where you're still showing each other off. You're still going on the cute little, like you're still dating each other, so to say. You don't have bills together. You don't have kids together yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff that is yet to come. So if it's hard already now, and you guys are questioning if you want to be together now because you guys are kind of still forcing it because you still like each other, imagine how that's going to be later on when you're no longer in the honeymoon stage, and when you do have those bills together, when you do own a house together, when you are married, when you do have kids. Imagine how hard it's going to be then, if y'all are already fighting and everything and already struggling. No, I'm not going to stress myself out over somebody else. I just don't have the time. I don't have time for foolishness. There's a difference between the grass being greener, or having the belief of the grass being greener on the other side, and then trying to stay in a relationship when there's nothing left to stay for. I feel social media and Instagram and all social media in general, gives or helps us believe that the grass is greener on the other side. We always have that person on the back burner, or the idea of a person on the back burner saying, okay, if this doesn't work out, then I know this person over here got me, pretty much. Or we always have those people that like a whole bunch of our pictures in a row on Instagram, and then you play that like game where they like 5 of yours, and then you go on like 3 of theirs, and they come back and like some of yours, or they'll message you on Snapchat with like hard eyes or something. The grass isn't greener on the other side. Those people are just there because they see what you got and they want to try to ruin that. So if you have that belief of the grass is greener on the other side, that may ruin what you have now. Now see, if you're just kind of like staying in the relationship when you know neither one of you guys are happy, but you just want that title of being somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, then you got to get up out of that. You are still young. You still have a lot to live for. Get to know yourself. Get to know what you like and what you don't like. Relationships are meant to be trials and errors. It's meant to show you what you like and what you want to do next time for the next relationship. If it doesn't work out, it's meant to teach you more things. You don't have to stay just because you guys are in a relationship. If you're not happy, bye boo. No. And I feel like a lot of people stay just because they don't want to be alone again, or they don't know when the next relationship is going to come. Or then when they do leave, then they jump from that relationship to another relationship. Be okay. Be comfortable with being by yourself. That's how you get to know yourself. That's how you get to know what person would be right for you, because you are spending time by yourself. If you get to know yourself and you get to know what you want as a person, that's going to better you in the long run. Another part of cuffing season, once the relationship first started and everything, you guys are lovebirds, honeymoon stage. Have fun with the relationship. If you put too much pressure on it, or put too much, I don't want to say expectations, it may not last. Just remember to have fun, because if it's too serious, like, yes, you want a relationship to be serious, you guys want to be exclusive and everything, but there's a difference between still having fun in the relationship and really just not, for real. That kind of, I don't know, because I feel like I've had to learn that for myself. I feel like especially back in high school, I used to try to put a whole bunch of pressure on the relationship and forgot to have fun, forgot that I was still young, and then it didn't end up working out because I was too, you know what I mean, too serious, too just, oh, well, you're my boyfriend, so we should have to do this. You're my boyfriend, so you need to put pictures of me up. Don't do that. Like, just still be cool. Like, it's never that big of a deal. Yes, you want somebody, and I'm kind of going to start rambling, kind of just going, like, yes, I have my notes and everything, but, okay, just going to go with the flow. Okay, we about to get real. You want somebody that's going to claim you. If you got this person over here up in your DMs, up in your mentions, talking about baby this, baby that, and you guys are cool, like you guys are exclusive, not exclusive, but you guys are in a relationship, but then they don't claim you anywhere, and that's sad that that's the world that we live in right now. But if they're not claiming you on social media, and they don't necessarily have to post you or post your picture or anything, or like tag you in anything, but if they're not claiming you and then they're flirting with other people or entertaining other people on their social media, that's when the problem comes into play. If you're gonna just, like, I don't want to say keep me a secret, but if you're gonna keep me in hiding pretty much, then I still want these females over here to know that you're in a relationship, or at least have you act like you're in a relationship. If you're over here telling me you don't want people in your business and that you don't want people in your business, you don't want everybody knowing what you're doing, okay, that's fine, I respect that. But I also need you to check these females when they're trying to come at you also. So I think that's a good thing to remember about cuffing season as well, because that's something that we can forget, especially with social media nowadays, and everybody's on it. So if they're not posting you, okay, yes, they should be, in my opinion, they should be posting you. But if you have someone that doesn't want to because they do live a secretive life, make sure they're not just keeping you a secret. That's a big part of it. If they're keeping just their life a secret in general and just posting very general things, okay, cool. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're the secret and not everything in their life is a secret, no, because that means that leaves the door open to you getting played, and ain't nobody trying to have that. So make sure that they're claiming you. It doesn't have to be putting up your picture. It doesn't have to be tagging, oh baby, I found this, I love you, da 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 da. It don't even have to be none of that. So make sure that they're claiming the relationship, I should say. Make sure that they're behaving like they're in a relationship. If they're still behaving like they're a bachelor or that they're a single person, no, we ain't about to have no type of females or no type of boys knocking on the door, and it takes somebody to answer the door if they're gonna be knocking. So if they answer the door and they're entertaining the foolishness, cut them off. If the relationship does not work out, I'm kind of going into the breakup portion of it now, because I know once you start to get into the warmer months, once you start getting into school being over, then people tend to go their separate ways, especially up in college, because a lot of people are long distance. Some of them do last, of course, but once you get back to the summer, it's like, okay, I'm not going to see you as much now, so what are we about to do? That is a great time to find yourself. If it doesn't work out, I just ate some tacos, so I got some gas. But if it doesn't work out, put aside the time for yourself. It is okay to be sad. It's okay to cry, but don't let it last forever. I say maybe a week at most, maybe 2, depending on how long the relationship was. But after that, you got to get up and get back to pushing, because the world ain't stopping just because you're sad. They're not over there worrying about, that sounds bad, but they're not over there worrying about your tears, pretty much. If they were, then I feel like the relationship would still, like, you guys would still be in communication to where the relationship still had hope. And if that's the case, okay, yeah, you can continue to be sad, you can continue to leave that door open. But if they're not leaving, and you have to know the difference too, because if they're just trying to play you just to try to keep you there, and they're not necessarily wanting to be with you again, don't let them play you. Set aside a time for you. Have your little Chinese food or your little pizza or whatever will make you happy. Watch your movies, have a little spa night or something, and then get back to pushing. Because don't nobody got time to be sitting over here and worrying about these little, I can't cuss on my channel, these F-boys. Nobody has the time for that nonsense. So once you take the time for you to get yourself back together, then take the time to find yourself. Because after you get out of a relationship, you discover more about yourself. You kind of evaluate the relationship and what you learn from it. Because if it's not a blessing, then it is a lesson. So, and I am a firm believer in that. Find out what you liked in the relationship, what you want to, or what you won't settle for in your next one. For example, say, I don't know, this hasn't happened before, so it's not like a real example for my life or anything. But say, okay, we're gonna use an example from like my freshman, sophomore year in high school. Say I had a guy that didn't have a car, and I did have a car. And we broke up, or if we did break up, in my next relationship, say the next time I want a guy that does have a car. So now that is one of your, I don't want to call them commandments, but some of your non-breakables. What are those called? I wish you guys could like talk back through me as I'm recording, so you guys can like shoot the words back at me. Your, not boundaries, we're just gonna call them non-breakables because the word isn't hidden. But if I had a guy without a car and then we broke up, one of my non-breakables may be to date a guy that has a car. And if he didn't, then I'm like, okay, no. Now see, if he was working to get one and I could see that effort being put in, then okay, yeah, then we can talk about it. But if he just, I'm not about to hop on the back of nobody's bike, on the back of the little peg things and be riding around all over it, I'm not doing that. So that's an example of finding the lessons, finding out what you learned about yourself from your past relationship. Start to take the time out for yourself. On Pinterest, I pinned this one thing. I forgot what it was. I forgot what they listed in there. But it was something about 30 things every single woman should do. You guys should look at that. If I find it, then I'll leave it in the description box. If you guys do break up, it will be okay. Nobody can take away, and I feel like I found my word for my channel. Like I feel like everybody has like their thing. My thing is queenhood and kinghood. Pretty much, I'm gonna explain what it is so you guys can understand. Pretty much your queenhood is like your, I don't wanna say your royalty, but it's like your confidence, your self-esteem, your highness. Like it's just who you are. Nobody can take that away from you. It's what makes you you. It's what makes you the greatest person that you are. Nobody can take that away. I call that your queenhood because we are all queens over here. So yeah, if you do that, if the relationship or the talking or the situationship does not last, it will be okay. Time heals everything. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it does, but I'm telling you, you will get through it. Nobody can take away your queenhood or your kinghood, so they can't change who you are. Remember that, because I feel like sometimes we start to think that the world is over depending on the relationship and what had happened. But at the end of the day, it makes you stronger, because if you see signs of that happening again, it's going to click and you're going to be like, okay, no, I'm not doing that. So nobody can take away your queenhood, and nobody can take away your Don't let anybody change your self-esteem, your confidence, who you are as a person, how you feel about yourself. Nobody can take that away. Nobody can change that but you. And then my last tip about a breakup is, I kind of talked about this briefly a little bit, but get specific about what you want to do differently for the next round. Once you figure that out, then I feel like that's going to help you grow in your relationships. Because if you just stay at the same level, you're going to keep getting, I don't want to cuss, I'm not trying to cuss, ain't-ish dudes. You're going to keep getting ain't-ish dudes if you ain't growing with what you want in your relationships, because you're going to keep looking for the same things. But if you analyze your last relationship and then you start to see what you want to do differently for the next time, say you were down here, now you up here, because you know what you want to do differently for that next time. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. To finish it off, I do have a quote that I found. I forgot where I found it at. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read you my quote. Yes, I found a quote. Okay, it's, when we come to accept that everything comes into being, will go out of being, we are more able to accept life's transitions. So I don't know, that just clicked for me. I hope it clicked for you. You take it how you want to take it. I'm not going to try to define it or anything, because however the meaning or however it clicks to you is how it clicks to you. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. This video is a little bit different for me, because normally it's just makeup tutorials, not really just me talking to you kind of thing. So I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you want some more of these like little, I guess, talking videos, me just kind of girl chat. I don't know what to call it yet. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do want to see more of these and leave topics for me to talk about, yeah, subscribe, like this video, and let me know what you think. Bye guys.